Well, hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Jean-Paul Amante of the Holistic Research Academy, and in this video, we're going to be addressing the 4 purposes of life. Because ultimately, the purpose of life is to have a life of purpose. And in the grand scheme and overall big picture of things, our lives are ultimately a chance for us to grow in consciousness as spiritual beings and to gather information, gather data, try some things out, and ultimately live our best life and becoming our greatest selves. So the fundamental aspects of the 4 purposes have to do with the holistic approach of the body, mind, emotions, and spirit. And so one of the first purposes of life is this aspect of physical health, and that having not only the health that we want, but the energy and vitality day to day is ultimately what all of us are trying to achieve. Now, the second aspect is looking at our career choices and how we actually make money and support ourselves. Now, this has to do with the mind and being able to apply our thoughts in a constructive manner and choosing a career in whatever chapter in life that you're currently in. Because as we know, we tend to have jobs or careers and they can change over time. And we need to recognize that if we're in the right position or not, and if our current environment and our career is creating any stress or any dis-ease that might be influencing the other aspects of our life and our health. Now, the third aspect is our relationships. And this is the emotional, this is the heart. This is not just the relationships of your partner or romantic relationships, but more importantly, this is the relationships to ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, but how we interact day to day with all the people around us. This is the relationships you have with your parents, with your children, with your co-workers, as well as the interaction you have in your community. And as we now know in research, it's so important that we have a good connection and social bond and having some kind of tribe that you interact with. And oftentimes, by helping other people and improving our relationships, we're ultimately going to improve our health and our overall joy and experience in life. Now, the fourth purpose is that of creative expression, that we're ultimately here in order to create and literally find our own inner artist, whether it's music, whether it's creative and designing your house, your home, creating your own artwork, just expressing yourself however you want to in a positive, creative fashion. And one could say this is the spiritual aspect of things. That is, we can look at these 4 purposes and all requiring a balance and a harmony between them. I mean, how often have we heard of people who are really good at creative, but they struggle to support themselves? This idea of the starving artist and not being able to make a career out of it. Or people who have a great career, they can apply their mind and make lots of money, but they're miserable in their relationships, or they don't feel like they're fully expressing themselves, or it's detrimental to their health. And so overall, we want to make sure that we have a balance between all these aspects. And so one of the best ways to apply this is to simply take a step back, take a few deep breaths, you can take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine this compass. And in the very center of this compass is your overall ideal. That is, right now in life, what is your big picture mission statement? And I would encourage you to write it out. What it is you're here to ultimately achieve, and what does your highest, your greatest self look like? If you were to be living your best life, I want you to now think about what are the aspects of your physical health. And one bar of that, literally write health and write all those things that you would be doing every day. How do you feel? And what do you do to maintain your physical body and create the health and the vitality that you wish to achieve? Now, in the next bar of the compass, then write out your career. What is your ideal career? And maybe you're already there. Or maybe there's an ultimate dream job that you want. Go ahead and write it down. And then look at all the education and training and the mental development and the steps it's going to require in order to have that job and have that successful career. If there's a certain amount you want to be making, or maybe achieve over time so you can retire comfortably, what is that amount? and literally begin to look at the steps that it's going to require in order to achieve that. Now, the next aspect is looking at your relationships. And what do your interactions with other people look like on a day-to-day basis? What is the ideal relationship you want to have, maybe romantically with a partner? Maybe the relationship you wish to have with your family. Look at also your coworkers and the people you have to interact on a day-to-day basis, as well as the relationships and friendships you'd like to have with the community and your social tribe around you. And then on that fourth aspect, then look at creative expression. That is, expressing that spiritual aspect and how that comes out of you. And thirdly, the things that you love. What are the things that you're passionate about? So once you have this compass diagram illustrated, in the very center, you should have your life's mission statement in this chapter and your overall ideal. As you draw these 4 lines, looking at the aspect of the physical health, your emotions and your relationships, along with the career and applying the mind, as well as applying the creative expression of your inner spirit, take a step back and look at using each of these aspects and working on them on a daily basis, and ultimately achieving the life that you desire and expressing your highest self. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe, and share this content along. You can find me on social media, Dr. Jean-Paul Amante at Holistic Natural Care, and you can check out my website at www.hhcare.org. That's hcare.org for more videos, content, articles, and upcoming seminars on holistic natural healing. Thank you very much.